You've tamed the voices in your head. You've put your courage to the test. Laid all your doubts to rest.
Hello everyone. Welcome from your intuition queen to episode number 40. I am so super excited. I just cannot believe it's episode number 40. I am so happy. I started this podcast only in September 2019, and I just didn't really actually had a vision about where I was gonna go. And I just want to say that I'm so grateful for all the women that have been on my podcast. I met so many amazing people, and their stories have been so great. And it just fired up my passion to help women to become themselves, to discover themselves, to live the purposeful life. And so thank you so much to all of my guests, but most of everything, thanks so much to all of the people watching and following me every week. I know you're becoming more and more every week we go, and I am so grateful and thankful for you. Thank you so much. I adore doing this podcast. The reason why I'm doing it is because when I watched the first time Marie TV from Marie Forleo, I fell in love with what she was doing and interviewing amazing people, and I thought that's what I'm going to be doing. And so here I am. And so thank you. I am super excited. And there is another reason why I am super excited today. For everybody watching, you probably can see like the light in my room. It's so amazing. And I don't know if if you've been following me, I had a scaffolding on my window for a year, and it was dark and I could never do what I wanted because the builders were just outside my window. And now the scaffolding is gone, and I feel like there is so much space. I feel so creative and so happy, and it's so important to have a space that is energetically aligned to who you are and what you're doing. But this is not the episode the thing that I want to talk to you about this week. So I just wanted to say there is so much going on, and there is so much I'm so grateful for right now in the middle of May 2020, despite the situation that is going on for everyone, that I am just super excited. So thank you to all of the women that came to my podcast and a couple of men that I had, to all the women and men watching and listening to this. I know you are out there cheering out for this, and I do appreciate you so much. So what I want to talk to you about this week, this episode is called How to Prepare Yourself to Manifest Your Vision. So what do I mean by this? Each and every one of us has a vision of how our life is going to go, is going to be. You can have a vision when you're a child of what you would like to become, maybe because you watch something on TV, or because there is someone that you know that inspires you. It might be a family member or someone that you know. And so this happens and evolves as we grow up. And when we become adult and we start to do whatever it is, like go to work and find our place in the world, our vision might change or just evolve as we go. But when a lot of people, and I know that a lot of women, when they hit like the 30, 28, towards getting to 30 and after, for a lot of women, something starts to happen. They start to feel like they want to do something different. They want to do something more. They start to get to a point where they evaluate their lives, and either it's not exactly as they pictured it, and so this thing might make them want to change some aspect of their lives, and so change their vision, or they just have had that vision forever and never managed to get to it. So whatever it is your situation, it doesn't really matter. We all have a vision of our lives. Even when you are in a situation when you don't think you can change anything in your life, but you're still dreaming about something. Maybe the way you dream about it is different. So, for example, if you're someone that likes to make changes in her life because likes to achieve her goals, you might be feeling like, okay, I'm dreaming about, I don't know, a house on the beach. That would be me. What can I do to get to that point? I'm dreaming of changing career. What can I do to get to that point? So the dream that you have is more like a way to get you to go there. It's something that excites you to the point that you're going to make changes. And then there are some other people that, because of the situations they're in their lives, they don't feel they can actually change anything. And so it's more of a dream that is like, oh, I wish I could have a house on the beach, I wish I could. But it's filled with negative emotions and fears, and so that's when all of this keeps you stuck there. So I want to talk about this, like this vision that we have, and it doesn't matter if it's more on a positive side or on a negative side. I believe, and I've seen this with what's happening with my clients, that even if you're in a situation where somehow you don't think you can change anything in your life, you can. The moment you make the decision that you don't want to stay in that situation anymore, you're already making progress, you're already making a step forward. And then it's just a matter of taking little steps to put you in the right direction. And so that can be for a relationship, a career, anything in your life. It's just a matter of deciding that you no longer want to be in that situation, because that situation doesn't serve you anymore, doesn't make you happy anymore, and all that. So wherever you are, it doesn't matter. There is a possibility for you to make changes in your life in a way that serves you, in a way that makes you feel better. And so this is what I want to talk about, because to get to that point, you need to prepare yourself. It's not like, oh, okay, so I want to change career. You change career and that's it. It's not the physical act of changing career. You want to change a relationship. You want to leave your partner because you fell in love with someone else, or you just want to leave your partner because you just want to be by yourself, because you know you will be happier like that. When you get to that point, when you get to what it is that you've been working on, you have to prepare yourself before you get to the point, or when you are in that moment. So say you change career, you do like I did. I used to work in properties, and now I'm a life coach. I had to really remove the old way I used to believe about myself. And so with that, for me, one thing that I had to work on last year was removing myself from 20 years of having worked for someone else, or 20 years of having been employed by someone else. And so 20 years of having had, well, not 20 years, because now it looks like I'm older than what I am, but almost 20 years, maybe 15, let's say, where someone else will tell me what to do, where I had to confine in some rules and I had to behave in a certain way. And so as much as I had wanted to start my own business for a few years by then, when I actually was in that position, I had to adjust myself. And so it was a slow process of removing the old way of thinking, because when we do something for so long, we get used to being like that. We get used to thinking a certain way. We get used to believe certain things. And so it's a way of removing that set of beliefs that also bring fears and limiting beliefs, and removing that way of feeling and being, because you're stepping into a new way of being, that is in a new relationship, in a relationship with yourself, a new job, a new home, a new state, whatever that is. There is this adjustment from the old you to the new you. It's like, even if you become a mother, you have to adjust yourself to be a person that now looks after a little being. And so your life is going to be completely different. So the adjustment oftentimes is not that easy. And so if you learn to prepare yourself, then every changes you're going to go through in your life, that you have decided to go through it or not, you're going to be able to adjust yourself much better, and so manage any emotion and anything that happens to you in a better way than if you didn't. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is understanding and accepting where you are right now. That you have decided to make changes in your life or not, it doesn't matter. What you need to do right now is accepting who you are and where you are in life. So let's talk about, for example, you having decided to make changes in your life. That's okay. You probably have already done this. You have already looked at the situation, for example, your career, and decided that doesn't serve you anymore. That's no longer what you want to do, and you need to make changes. But the thing is that you need to really feel into what's going on in your life and how you feel about your current situation, because deciding you want to make a change, it's just one step forward. But to make another step forward, you need to really understand what's going on in your life, because we tend to think that we know exactly what's going on with us. But that's not necessarily true. And the reason for it is because what's going on with us in our mind, in our body, in our emotions, there is a lot of mix that is what is really going on with us, what our fears are telling us, what our limiting beliefs are telling us. So there is a mixture of positive and negative feelings, because there are fears and limiting beliefs and projections that we put in the mix, and then that's what we think we feel. And so I want to get you to a point where you learn to shed anything that has nothing to do with you, basically. And so the first way to really look into understand how to do this is to really figure out, how do you feel about your current situation? So where are you at right now, today, when you're listening to this, or when you're watching this episode? Where are you at? Ask yourself this question. And if you know the wheel of life, there are different aspects of your life. You can check it out on the internet, but you can ask me and I can send you a PDF with the one that I normally use with the different areas of your life. And it's only a matter of giving a number of satisfaction to your life. So I'm just going to choose the most important, but you can add on to others areas. So your career. Where are you right now? From 1 to 10, what number could you give your career right now in terms of satisfaction, in terms of how happy you are, how fulfilled you feel? And so the same goes for your romantic relationship, and then your general relationship, which means you can divide them between friends and family, because sometimes you might have a good one with your family, not so good with your friends, or the opposite way around. Or sometimes just you can combine it if you feel that you will give the same number to both. And your home situation, how happy are you with that? And your fun, like how do you have fun? So just give a number to your life in those areas. And if there is any areas that I haven't mentioned that you want to just add on, please do so, because this is just, you can tailor it to you. And it's just a way for you to think about your life. So how do you measure your life? How do you measure your happiness? How do you measure how fulfilled you feel in your life? What's the average number? And so from there, I'm pretty sure you already know if there is an area that you're not happy with, and if there are areas that you're very happy with. So when you write things down, they stay more in your mind. And so it's easier for you to think about something that you need to do in order to improve an area of your life or not. So it's just a very good exercise to really figure out, because sometimes we think we're thinking something, but actually we're not. Or sometimes it's just really hard for us to accept that maybe we're no longer happy, for example, in the relationship we're in. And it's just really difficult to say, wow, I've been with this person for this many years and I no longer love this person. So, I just to figure that out. So then you can make step forward. So wherever you are, I don't want you to judge yourself because maybe, you're not in a career that you had dreamt for your life, or because you have a certain age and you should be in a certain position, you should be earning certain amount of money. Don't go into self-judgment. The only reason why I'm asking you to do this is just so that you see it. So once you know what's going on, then you can make changes, and you can decide instead that actually I'm pretty happy to have a 6 in my career, because what I'm really about is family, and I have a beautiful family, so it's fine, and career can stay like that. So it just, so because unfortunately, that we want it or not, we are conditioned by what happens around us, and what's going on in our family circles or friend circles, or what's going on outside and our social media. So especially now that you might be talking even more to people that you don't normally talk to, just because we are in lockdown, it doesn't mean you might get into this state of like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. But I just want you to understand, is that really important for you? Or are you feeling like that because you had a conversation with someone that has that problem, and so you feel like now that problem is yours? Is it really? It just so that you really get conscious on your life and your life only, not your partner, not your family, not your friends, just yours. Okay, so once you do that, you can have a number 2 in one of the areas of your life. You can have a number 10. It doesn't matter. I don't want you to go crazy on what number. It's not a competition. It's just for you to really see what's going on and understand how you can make improvements. Because I'm all about changes and I'm all about improvements, as you know. So it's just a matter of really figuring that out. And if seeing a low number, a number that is below 6 in one of your areas makes you feel bad, makes you feel ashamed, guilty, that is okay too. It's only a way for that feeling to tell you, okay, so what's going on? How can you change this? How can you stop feeling guilty or ashamed? Okay, so the next step that I want you to go into is, okay, so you have given a number to all of the areas in your life. Okay, so just put it together and give yourself the average number of your life. And just accept that. Are you happy? Are you not happy? Just really understand what is it that it's going on with you now that you see that number. What is you feeling? And so from there, I want you to become your best friend. What do I mean by this? So I'm pretty sure that if you've done this exercise with me right now and you've looked at some of the numbers or the average number that came up, you're probably going into self-critic and being like self-judgment and going like, oh my God, how is this possible? Why do I think this? And no. Okay, don't do that. If this situation, if you had a friend coming to you saying, oh my God, I did this exercise that Mara suggested on her podcast, and I now realize what I really feel about the areas of my life, and I feel pretty bad because this is not working. I want you to give yourself the same encouragement you will give to your friend. Because when we have friends coming to us with problems, we never tell them, that's your fault, or you're stupid. We never do that. We try to make them feel better and give them maybe positive feedback and make them shift perception about themselves, because we know they're better than what they think. And so I want you to do the same. Talk to yourself as if you were your best friend right now. In front of you, you had your best friend. What would you say to her when she came to you saying, oh my God, I just realized my relationship error, it's terrible, I really should start dating again, or my career, really, I should be doing something about it instead of just complaining that I want to do something better. So whatever is going on, just accept yourself and give yourself a talk, like a pep talk, as if you would do with your best friend. You have to become your best friend, because that's the best way for you to raise your vibration and get yourself going and change something within yourself. Like it's an inner change. It's not something you will see, it's something you will feel within. And so once you stop judging yourself for whatever reason, or critiquing yourself for whatever reason, and you start to give yourself that little compassion that you need, that little self-love that you need, everything is going to shift inside of yourself. And so the next step is going to be easier. So now we got to a point where you know exactly what do you think about all the areas of your life. That's fine. Now the next step is to not judge yourself for what's going on and become your best friend. And I talked about this step before, but the next step is to really honor your feelings. So let's say you feel ashamed because your career is not going where you want it to go, because you wish you were doing something different. Okay, just stay in that feeling, and I want you to honor that feeling. Why are you feeling ashamed? I want you to understand where that feeling of shame, or whatever other feeling you are feeling right now, because everybody's different, and this is just an example to make you understand what is it that you need to do. But if you're feeling ashamed because your career, it's not where you want it to be, it's not where you dreamt you would be, that is okay. What I want you to understand is, why are you feeling in that way? And are you feeling in that way because when you were little, you dreamt of becoming this particular person, having this particular job with this particular lifestyle? And so if you look at your life, you're not there. You feel you haven't achieved what you dreamt of. Or are you feeling ashamed because your parents wanted you to become something and life got in the way? You really didn't want to be that person, and now you're stuck where you are because you need a job, or because you thought at that point when you were younger that this was your way, but now you're not sure about it. Or is there another reason why you're feeling ashamed? Because what I want you to understand over here is this an old feeling that has nothing to do with your life right now? Because as I mentioned earlier, maybe you were dreaming of becoming the most successful singer in your country or worldwide, right? And then life went differently, and now you're doing a job that you love enough, and you have a great family, and this is your focus now. Like, your career is no longer your focus. You're happy with that. What makes you really happy is your family. Then that feeling of feeling ashamed for what you have not managed to achieve, it's no longer yours. It's the feeling that your inner child might have. And so there is a little bit of work to do that, but it's nothing to do with the you now. It's an old feeling that you had, maybe when you realize your dream was not going to to happen. Like, let's pretend that you want to become a famous singer, and you were doing gigs and doing well, and then you met the man of your life and you decided to have a child, and now your child is the best thing that could happen to you. You probably had to adjust yourself in that moment, from deciding to stop your career to dedicate yourself to your child, right? So this feeling of shame, of feeling ashamed that you feel, it's from that moment where you were in this transformational period of your life, and maybe you didn't fully accept the change. You just went through it because, you know, sometimes changes are so quick and they just happen and we just go through it. But we don't process what's going on with us. We don't process our feeling. So once you do that, then you can release yourself from that feeling of shame or guilt or whatever that is. So this is the reason why I want you to go through it and understand. I have a lot of clients that feel guilty and ashamed because they have disappointed their parents, because their parents wanted them to be something different, because their parents paid for their study to become what they then decided not to become. Or because now they are at the point where they're coming to me because they want to do something completely different from what they're doing. And so this feeling of guilt is persistent within them because they feel they are betraying their family. And so this is another feeling that does not belong to you, but belongs to you in terms of the projection that you are having of yourself and the projection from your family. That might be real or not, it depends. And so I want you to understand, if you're feeling something like this, where is this feeling coming from? Is it because you are afraid of disappointing your family? Are you really going to disappoint your family? Are they really going to do something? Like, you're a woman now, whatever age you are on, it doesn't matter. And so the reason why I want you to do this is for you to understand if this feeling is coming from within you or from outside of you, because it's going to be much easier if it's coming from outside of you. But even if it comes from within you, it's a matter of understanding exactly where it's coming from, because oftentimes the fears and the feelings that we feel do not belong to us. And so I just want you to understand, because then you can release and move on and feel so much lighter and have so much more clarity. And that's a step forward, stepping into your full power and be the person that you really want to be, with a lot of energy and with a lot of ideas on how to make your life better and how to serve other people, if this is what you want to do. Okay, so those are the 3 steps. So I just want to recap. Just take the wheel of life, and if you don't know where to find it, message me. I'll send it over to you, and give a number on each area of your life from 1 to 10. And please don't judge yourself. So this is step 1, and accept where you are in life. If you have a number 2, your career, your relationship, your whatever, it's fine. We're not perfect. We are a work in progress, and we need to just understand how to move on. So this is step 1. Step 2, become your own best friend. So no judgment and no critics on where you are in your life and what you're feeling about it. It's okay. You need to start from somewhere. And the best place to start from is from your own truth. And it's from you being authentic with yourself and really accept that maybe that relationship's got to go, or that job's got to go, whatever, maybe that friendship has to end. We are all constantly evolving, that we want it or not, but life changes. We might want to stop things, but unfortunately that's not possible. And this year is the proof. We have no control over our life whatsoever, even if we think we do. Okay, so this is the second step. The third step is to honor your feeling, and on whatever area of your life, even if it's a general feeling of all of your life. If you feel like your whole life is not going where you want it to be, it's fine. It happens. It happened to me too. I had a lot of doubts throughout my life on where I was going, and when I tend to charge as soon as I decide that I want to go do something, that I want an area of my life to become in a certain way, and I go, like I just bum, and then sometimes along the way I stop and think, damn, this was not what I wanted. What, I'm doing something wrong. This is da, 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 and I go into panic mode, and then I stop again and reevaluate why I really decided to go that way and what matters to me, and that's where I go back on track. And but we're emotional beings, and so sometimes you just need to stop, take a deep breath, and really figure out what is it that we want, and you can change your mind. Okay, right. So you got the three steps to prepare yourself to manifest your vision. And I'd love to know if they've been helpful. If what happened, how did you feel? I love to have feedback from you. So then I also know what else I can help you with. Because I just love doing this, and so. The more you tell me how you feel and what's going on, and if what I say makes any sense for you, the more I can create more. And on this topic, I want to give you more. So from the 29th of May, which is a Friday, for the next 3 Fridays, I'm going to host a Instagram live on Friday, and all the details are going to be in the show notes, because I'm still thinking on the time. I think it's probably going to be around 6 p.m. UK time, but you will see if you follow me on Instagram, The Intuition Queen, you can see exactly where, and I can send you emails on where to find me. But I'm going to host 3 live webinar on Instagram, where I'm going to give you 3 more steps to prepare yourself to manifest your vision. Because as I told you at the beginning, we all have a vision, new, old, readjusted, it doesn't matter. We all have it. So let's go and manifest this vision, because it's possible. But we need to prepare ourselves first. And I tell you by experience, and I tell you because this is what's happening with my clients all the time, that they shed the old skin and prepare themselves to go into the new one. To become the new you have to let go of the old way of thinking of you. So this is what I love to help you with. And so come to the live on the 29th of May on Instagram. I'll give you more details in the next few days. And I hope this has been helpful. Please do let me know, because I love to know. You can find me on my website if you also want to know more, although my website is about to change, but the old one is still active. So you can find me on theintuitionqueen.com. Otherwise, I'll see you on Instagram, The Intuition Queen, and any details will be in the show notes. But if you have any questions, please message me wherever, either Instagram or on my email, hello@theintuitionqueen.com. I hope this episode has been helpful. Do let me know how the exercises went, and if you feel like you have any questions, or if you need a little bit more explanation. And if you think this episode will be good for someone else to hear about, please do share it, because I always love to help anybody. Thank you so much again. Happy 40th. Thank you so much again. And thank you again to all of my guests and all of the people watching and listening. I'll see you next week. Ciao.
Your future's at the door.